And it was just a nice friendly interaction, and I just I'm just not used to this. I'm not used to people wanting me to text them. I do have one friend who is incredibly clingy, but she scares every living shit out of me, and she's really manipulative, so that does not count, really. But the feeling of being wanted by an entire group and by one person that I really, really enjoy spending time with, and I really like in a platonic way, as well as other ways, but platonic first, you know, is so weird. It's so weird. It's like this thing with unborn where I can't believe it's real. I can't believe half of the things in my life are going as well as they are. And I'm sort of starting to begin to settle into it now. For the first time in my life, I'm actually relaxed. I feel like things are going to be okay, and Dad is helping me paint the room, and I'm beginning to have a kind of a trust in him that I didn't have before, where I'm thinking to myself, I'm not actually going to have to worry about being homeless necessarily. I finally have someone in my corner I didn't have for all these years. Um, ah, yeah. Now that things are going so well in my life, and I have I have therapy, and I have, like, outside of even just, my current crush and, his friend group, who are all such cool people, um, sorry, there's a moth. Instead of even just that, going to Rocky's pub a lot to paint the mural that I'm doing, we've been having all these friendly interactions with most of the people who just live in Navan in general. And it is, again, it's so weird stepping into a place full of human beings that I know, like, that I talk to, and they're, them not treating me like shit. It's so sad, but yeah. And I was in an interaction recently where I was with Owen and this girl called Shan who we broke up with. Well, she kind of did this, and he was like you back, you know? It was that kind of a breakup. But them and their entire friend group was sitting there, and then someone from Youth Reach, Owen's from Youth Reach, but another person who's from Youth Reach came and sat down, a man called James, and he made a nasty comment about me under his breath. And I was so I was beginning to detangle myself from the idea that I deserved stuff like that to happen to me, but I still was gaslighting myself in that moment. To the point at which, when I realized, oh shit, I'm spiraling, and it was likely because of what he said, I should probably address it somehow. I couldn't say it to his face, so I decided to ask Owen about it. I was like, Owen, that it was kind of off, wasn't it? And he was like, yeah, that was shitty of him, you know. And we got talking about Youth Reach, and Owen also validated my experience of Youth Reach, where he was like, no, I told him straight up, I was like, I always thought you had a crush on me back then because you're always fucking staring at me. So yeah, it's part of the reason I hit on you so fast. Even though you said that you just want to be friends, which is completely cool with me, by the way. But I'm just curious, how come you were always staring at me back in Youth Reach? Like, what was that about? He was like, I always thought people were way too hard on you. I saw the way that James and Art treated you back in Youth Reach, and I thought that people were just far too hard on you for being different. Which genuinely made me cry. Not then and there, but later on. So, yeah. And he was like, I don't really associate with any of the people from Youth Reach or James. James just, we were kind of hanging out with him because he wandered over to the group anyways. And the conversation was kind of boring before James came over. Still wasn't really out of my shell, you know. I'm beginning to come more out of my shell now, which is terrifying. So yeah. And I've shown the paintings that I've started to do. My creative talent is actually starting to come out. I'm relaxed for the first time in my life, and now that I have all of these enjoyable things happening to me, I I really see why I wasn't coping back in Newthreach, because I just didn't have any semblance of a life. And my depression is lifting, which tells me that it was entirely situational. That depression that I felt. Obviously, some of it was from the past, but it's still probably not something I'm going to have to be worried about in the future unless my life goes to shit or I start to have issues relative to the trauma that I went through. And no, it is fucking weird. It is fucking weird. And the lady that I'm working with at the moment, she is also telling me not to be worried about the PLC interview because yeah, it is possible to do a level 5 without a level 4. And I'm going to be filming the day that I go off to do that. So hopefully it goes well. Hopefully it goes well. And no, yeah, I love everyone who has helped me get here so fucking much. I love Callum. I love Holly. I love all the new people I'm meeting who are decent human beings. And I love myself too for having the strength to go through all that and still ending up on the other side. And I guess I love my dad to some extent. If he keeps standing up for me, then, you know, I might keep in contact with him when I leave. So, yay!